The ultimate base roster. Sounded simple enough. These days in NBA 2K20, I'm running Thundershack's Ultimate Retro roster, so as I was looking for old mods in Retro 2Ks, and I came across this one, I figured how different could it actually be? Thundershack has been doing such a good job for the last few years that I just kind of figured that there were no teams that I cared to play with in 2K anymore. I didn't know of any other Retro rosters that would really knock my socks off. And boy was I wrong. Prepare yourselves for the most intricate and detailed rosters that I think you are ever going to see. Also prepare yourselves for a game you're fairly familiar with. Raid Shadow Legends is a mobile RPG game, except it doesn't look like a mobile game at all. Normally you'd expect your old-fashioned, colorful, cartoonish looking game. However, Raid takes you to the world of dark fantasy and realism that you'd expect to get on console or PC. What I enjoy about this game, aside from the fact that you can play it on both mobile and desktop, is that it's very easy to pick up and learn how to play, and there are tons of customization options for your characters. Your characters are called champions, and you can use many different combinations of them and their upgrades to succeed in your battles. And to go with that, the highly anticipated Battle Pass is now on. Season 1 is live, and you can win awesome rewards including free energy refills, gems, upgraded artifact sets, and new epic and legendary champions by fulfilling the daily and weekly challenges. You can find me in the game under the nickname Dom2K, and if you're quick enough you can also join my clan. So don't waste any more time. Go to the link in both the comment section and video description, and if you're a new player, you will get 100,000 silver plus one free champion, a Hexweaver. These rewards are available for only the next 30 days, and the free champion you get can really help you progress in the game. Good luck, and I'll see you there. This mod is truly the definition of ahead of its time and is one of the most detailed of its kind that I have ever seen. So what they've gone and done here is collaborated on one of the biggest roster projects in any 2K. And if you'd want to see it all laid out in one place, you'd go to the load option after installing the mod, and you'd be able to see all the seasons, all the versions, and all the teams that they've added. But let's start in order. When you load the base roster itself, it's so extensive that you'll end up thinking that's the entire mod, which is something that I didn't realize I was wrong about until later on in the stream. But in loading this option, not only will you see the additions of every team you probably ever cared to have, they've got every single championship team in NBA history all the way back to the 40s. They've got the accurate logos to fit in the loading screen and wherever else they need to be. They've got the accurate jerseys for the teams when you load into the game, and they've got custom designed courts. Now, of course, there's not many people out there that could readily identify many players past the 1960s probably. However, the ones that you could, such as George Mikan, are there and they are accurate. So you'll spend some time just scrolling through the teams and really just being in awe about the accuracy and the fact that people took the time to go that far back in NBA history to add them to this mod. But it doesn't stop there. About 6 years before 2K finally put this feature in their game, modders already had the addition of all-time teams and decade legend teams, which actually just came around in NBA 2K20. Now, to be fair, the actual decade teams, I'm pretty sure that's something that I remember in like 2K7 that was taken out and then added back in. But it was extremely cool to come back to this old game and see the all-time teams here, and it really makes it seem like a feature that 2K was really just holding in their back pocket for when they needed something new. Imagine having 2K12 as a kid and having the ability to do an association with all-time teams. I know that's something I would have been running with, or even doing Play Now Online when people were actually using it. Keep scrolling your way through the roster and you'll find all the USA teams that you could ever care about back to 84 when Jordan was young. Unbelievable. Accurate cyber faces, accurate jerseys, accurate courts. The one that I looked at was the 08 Redeem team, and they were playing in Beijing. They had a custom Beijing court just to reflect that. But that wasn't the only thing I found cool. I was specifically curious about bald Dwayne Wade because that was something that stood out about 2008. It's just one of the only times you saw him with that cut, and they did that as best as they could in this mod. And that effort specifically stuck out to me just because 2K is notorious for having one or two cyber faces to represent players across a really big spread of time. So you'll notice something in today's 2Ks where you'll have like Tim Duncan from 2014, and his cyber model will look exactly like, if it's not really the same one as the Tim Duncan in 2005. That makes no sense. Well, going right along with the effort that they put into this mod, they have multiple different cyber faces accumulated here for different teams. You'll have Kevin Garnett on the 04 Wolves when he won an MVP, then you'll have the young KG that actually had hair. You'll have Tim Duncan when he was young, and you'll have Afro Tim Duncan. You'll have the extremely subtle time differences where they have the 2009 Magic with a young Dwight Howard, and this is clearly a different cyber face than the one that the game shipped with, and it was only 2012. That's only a 3-year difference, but they accounted for the look. We found this for many different players players as we were scrolling through the rosters, and there's just no excuse for 2K not to be putting the same exact effort that modders put into details like that. Details that really make the game come to life. Speaking of making games come to life, after we were done scrolling through the base roster, I honestly had thought that was the mod. I thought the stream was going to be about 30 minutes and we were going to go do something else, and that's when I noticed what I was looking at in the load screen. They've got 4 rosters for every season between 2013 and 1970. They've even got a version for the ABA. So in case this isn't striking with you, go back to your days playing NBA 2K12 and imagine being able to play nearly any mode in the game with any season that you would care about. Did you want to do a creating a legend with Tracy McGrady in the 2005 season? Done. Did you want to do a creating a legend with Charles Barkley back in the 80s? Done. Did you want to do an association and recreate the season 1996? It's possible with this mod, and the extent to which they went to capture every detail of the year of the roster is incredible. You've got accurate jerseys, accurate team logos, accurate coach pictures, accurate cyber faces, and again, subtle differences. So the Tracy McGrady in 2002 does not look like the one in 2004. And by the way, for an 8-year-old game, the body models and cyber faces really held up nicely. So if you choose to download this mod, you can easily burn off a few hours just being in awe of the incredible work that they did here with every season. We scrolled through about 5 to 10 of them, but it really was incredible sifting through the details. They even have an all-star mod which captures every all-star team from, again, 2013 back to the 70s. Dirk Nowitzki in 2010 does not look like the one in 2K12. If you recall back then, Dirk had something like a buzz cut going on, and that's reflected here. And everything else you could imagine with the all-star teams is reflected as well. The courts, the logos, the jerseys. And so something wild I would have done in 2012 would have absolutely been to run an association with as many of the all-star teams as you could, which I think the limit was still 30 back then, but that would have been sick. But wait, there's more. After you get done looking through all the all-star teams, load up the ABA roster. Not only do they have all types of old school legends, accurate ABA teams, with all the details that we've talked about for all the rest of the rosters, they've even got fictional rosters here. They've got the Flint Tropics team, Jackie Moon. That is hilarious. They went through the effort of creating everything like it was in the movie, which prompted me to believe that Like Mike was somewhere hanging around here, which I have not been able to confirm yet. I don't think that it's here, but I was going to lose my shit if it was. So after you're done fawning over the creative details of the ABA teams, take a look at the legend teams. They've got old school legends, new school legends, something that would probably end up being DLC today. As a matter of fact, NBA 2K12 did have some kind of blacktop DLC attachment. However, you get it for free here with the mod, and then they take you to outdoor courts, Rucker Park, and look at the custom jerseys again. It feels like an entire different game mode. I cannot stress how pissed I am that I did not own a PC back in the year 2012. I feel cheated from an entirely different experience. So as I showed, everything worked in the association and creating a legend, so you can rightfully assume that you will be able to run my career the same way. 2K was not as restrictive with fun features like this back then, so it would have been really easy to take whatever season you wanted, load it up, and then start my career, and next thing you know, you're playing point guard for like the 96 Bulls or something. So that's basically the gist of this incredible mod. He's also done one for NBA 2K14, but being that I've been going in order and looking at the old 2Ks and seeing whatever mods have been done for them, I found it here instead of on 14, and to be honest, it's not like the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions of 2K14, so I don't think it's anything huge that I missed here. To get a full appreciation of this mod, I would recommend downloading it and just spending time looking through as many of the rosters as you can, because even as I'm making this video, I haven't been through everything. There's nearly 40 seasons here. Shout out to all the modders that collaborated and had a hand in creating this mod. I had a lot of fun playing 2K12 when I was younger, but I'm still distraught that I didn't have a PC and I didn't know anything about mods. I feel like I missed out because there are just so many possibilities and combination of things that could have been done with this roster and all the game modes. If you find yourself wanting to take a look, as always, the links will be in the comment section and description. I've linked the guy's Twitter handle, his website, and he left pretty detailed instructions on how to install this, but it really just comes down to dragging and dropping, so it's really not difficult. So if you enjoyed this mod and you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to continue going through old 2Ks and checking out what mods there were, so hit the bell next to my name if you want notifications whenever those videos drop. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.